What's up, guys? So, this is gonna be a off-the-fly video review for the album Circles by POD. As you can see, I'm repping the POD shirt that I got when I went to go see them in August 30th. Now, something that's interesting about this is that they actually said they actually came out with saying that they're coming out with Circles on the day that I got to see them live. So that's pretty cool. Not only that, but I got to talk to Sony before the show, and that was because I made an error. Right, so I went to the place that I thought I was supposed to be at, and the thing is that I thought I was supposed to be at some other place because this concert got delayed like a month from before. So when they finally if they would have played when they were supposed to play, I wouldn't have got to see them. And so I thought, because on the ticket it said this time at this place, and I got the ticket for free because well, I asked God if He would answer my prayer and let me go to that show. And I'm a broke guy most of the time, so I can't really afford to spend a whole lot of money on concerts. But somebody at the Facebook page said they were selling a ticket, because I saw the Ticketmaster prices, and I was like, how am I supposed to afford this? And I made a comment like, there's $10 tax on this ticket. That's ridiculous. So, I poked around the Facebook page that had the POD concert on it, and some lady was selling a ticket. And I think they were selling it because they couldn't go to it because they were busy that day, and they got the ticket for when it was previously. Now, POD had said that they would honor those older tickets that were bought. So what ended up happening is I ended up talking to this person in Messenger on Facebook, and anyways, to make a long story short, I was gonna meet with her so that I could pay her for the ticket. And she just said, you know what, I'll just send it to you. Don't worry about it. I'll just send you the ticket. So she sent it on some what do you even call it? You have to send it like priority mail or something like that. So I got it on speed delivery on top of getting it for free, which was awesome. And so I arrived. I thought it was supposed to be at 2 o'clock, and I think they didn't start until like 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Anyways, I went to the original place that they were going to play at, and they're like, no, man, we don't know what that is. And I said, okay, so where's this place? And they told me, and I had to walk there because my brother would drop me off. So I walked there. It was probably a mile, 2 miles. I don't know how long it was, but it was something like that. And so this is supposed to be a review, but this is a good backstory, right? So I got there early. I think I want to say I got there around 4 o'clock, or maybe it was like 3:15 or 3:45. I don't know when it was exactly, somewhere in there. And I was just chilling outside the venue, right? Like just minding my own business. And, all of a sudden I see Sony come out with some other guy. I don't know who this other guy is, but I saw Sony come out, and I said, Sony. He's like, I heard him say something, but he didn't talk to me. He talked to his buddy. I said, Sony. And so then he immediately stopped, and he looked at me, and he's like, hey man, how's it going? And he we did the fist pump thing, and I told him this whole story about what happened to me exactly a week prior. And it was quite a story. I met a prophet, basically. Really, for real, a prophet. And I told Sony about that whole experience. And then, like, I went to the show. He was like, "Are you here for the show?" I was like, "Yeah." And so it was just a really great night, man. These guys know how to play live, man. Let me tell you. And I got this shirt there at the concert, at the venue. And here's the thing, it's like, it's like a barcode. See this? It's pretty tight. It's like a barcode it's like a barcode shirt. And it was so funny. I went to church one day and I wore this shirt. And this little kid, he goes, "You're worth a lot." It's like, that's what's up. Like a little kid, the faith of a child, you know what I'm saying? Like, telling me that I'm worth a lot because I have a barcode on my shirt that says POD, payable on death. Just great, man. Just great. Anyways, so getting into the album review now. The word that I would use to describe this is anti-negative. And why I say that is because it kind of looks like Sony's being negative here, right? When in the lyrics, like, what happens if we lose our way? This is like my favorite. No, Fly Away is my favorite song off the album. But this Dreamin' song is like putting the idea in your head that what happens if we lose our faith? What happens? And it's not good. It's not good. So that's the idea of this song. Now, why I say that it's anti-negative is because it looks like Sony's being negative about all these things, but the real truth of it is, and this is the way I see it, is it's about Sony putting himself in somebody else's shoes and saying, like, look, you might be stealing with it. You might be dealing with this right now. You might be living this life. And you might be struggling. You know, it's like, it's okay. You can do it, sort of thing. That's the way I look at it. Like, an empathy towards other people. And let me tell you, Sony hasn't had it easy either. So, it's not all fun and games. I recall, a while ago, he was talking about playing shows and not getting hardly any sleep, and his kids with him, Justice. And it just, what I mean? It's like, it's hard. And, like, on top of it all, it's hard to be a musician, to go out there. And sometimes you have crowds that are just bad. They're just not good crowds. So, you still got to perform. You know what I mean? Because, like, part of it is that's your reputation. Is like you are putting on a show for people. And if people say, oh, they were bad, well, then you ruin your reputation. So, yeah, I want to say again, or also as well, that what I hear in this CD is a lot of unity. There's a lot of unity from one song to the next song. There's also a lot of unity within the music itself. Like, for example, this album I think is bass heavy and it's kick drum heavy. And, Sony really pulls no punches. And Marcos is like, he's playing some Magic Fingers type stuff too. So all around it's a good album. Now I heard somebody say that the last song, Home, kind of encapsulates the whole album as a whole. And I would say I probably agree with that. Because what does it mean to be home? Well, that's a general term, right? It's like everybody's got a home. Well, hopefully not everybody's got a home, but I want to go home. I want to go home. So what does that mean? Well, interestingly enough, okay, so real deep stuff here. Is that something that Apostle Paul talked about? He said, it's better for you that I remain in the flesh here on earth, but I want to go to my heavenly Father. That's one way of looking at the song. And so it's really cool to think that there's some depth here, maybe with some scripture that Sony's laying down for all of us. And that's mixed in with all the other stuff that I said. So what does that mean? Well, that means there's a lot of thought that goes into this album. You know what I'm saying? Oh, about the shirt, right? So I'm always poor, right? And I don't know why this happened, but for whatever reason, when I went to go buy the shirt, I wanted a black one with white barcode. But the guy there, I think it was Timothy, he goes, do you want the white one? I said, no, I want the black one. He says, you want the white one? I said, sure. And he's like, that's what's up. And then so what ended up happening is I got the shirt and they only charged me $3 for it. I was like, what? I mean, it was supposed to be $15. I was like, you know, I want to save up. And I had just enough in my bank account to afford something like $15. And there was this hat I was looking at. It was a brown hat. It looked like something from Brown because it was a brown hat and had like a Reaper on it. That was pretty tight too, but I couldn't afford that. So I looked at the shirts and I thought, I didn't know anything about this shirt when I bought it. But apparently this is kind of the same barcode that Love uses. And how he puts it on his kick drum, you know what I'm saying? And then I think sometimes in the background, the little, what do you think? That thing that rolls down in the back of the band, you know, when they headline, they got like the thing in the back. And sometimes they show this thing, this same exact shirt design for their concerts. Not all the time, but they do sometimes. That's pretty cool too. I recall when I was at the concert, because I got the shirt before the concert started, and you know, it was like I had a lot of time to chill inside the venue because I was so early. I was like the first one in line. You know, I was like, you know, I was there with the VIP people. And I wasn't a VIP because I can't afford it, but that would have been cool. And I kind of felt a little bit like, man, I wish I could afford the VIP thing, but it didn't happen. But you know, on the other hand, I got to talk to Sony, so you know, I can't complain too much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's a great album. I think it's it took me a little while to see how this was a POD album, because now I can't remember why I thought that, but it didn't feel like POD. But then after listening to it, you know, I've listened to this album a lot now. You know, it's May now, May 6th today, and I could definitely hear it's all POD. You know, before I sort of was thinking it was a little softer type stuff, but you know, it's got heavy moments in it too. You know, like Listening for the Silence, that's a heavy song, man. But it's so cool because they lay on the bass so thick here in this album, and that's cool because I think Tra deserves that. I really do, because he's a fantastic. I see him on that that bass. He's really playing some crazy melodies, man. So nothing but respect for all those guys. Yeah, man, that's about it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, but that's my review. What am I gonna give this? I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it deserves a 9 out of 10 because there's a lot of depth here, but it sounds simple. You know what I'm saying? It sounds simple, but it's not. There's a lot of depth here, and how they can do that is kind of cool. So, all right, that's it, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.